So I want to recreate this stage in Lightwave, and the image is a little crooked, so we need to straighten that. So I'm just going to go to Photoshop here, and I'm going to grab my measuring tool, my ruler tool. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm not going to do it this way horizontally. I'm going to do it this way vertically. So I'm going to grab this right over here, straighten layer, and so that's really good. The other thing I need to do, so it's fairly straight, and so the other thing I need to do is I need to measure this door and set the scale for this door, and we can get some approximate numbers. So most of the time these doors on average are 80 inches. So I'm going to drag that right there. I'm going to go to Image, Analysis, Set Measurement Scale to Custom. And if we look at L1, it says 378 pixels. So we'll type in 378, and our logical length, we know that this door is approximately 80 inches, so we'll type in 80. And instead of pixels, we'll type in inches. Right? And so that's set. So let's zoom out a little bit, and let's look at, say, this point to approximately this point right here for our height. And that says 303 pixels. And we can actually record that by going down here to record measurements. So, and then we can also go up to our, and I have this here already. And how I got 25 feet tall is, what I did was I took 303 and I divided that by 12, which gave me 25. And if I want to figure out the width, go approximately, go right here. So 292, and again, we would just do 292 divided by 12, 24. Right, so our width we'll say is 24, and our depth of this, and we'll say something like this, maybe 241. So then, oops. So we'll go 241 divided by 12 gives us 20 feet for depth. So it's always nice to have the actual image loaded up. So once we load it in Lightwave Modeler, we can just double click it, and we'll make this a little bit smaller, maybe this way, just so we can have a reference image. Right? So it's 24 by 25 by 20. So Shift X for box, and 24 feet wide by 25 feet tall by 20 in our Z-axis. And let's put this to top so we can see. And if you don't want to do rest on ground, what you can do is you can take this height and paste it in here and just go divide by 2. And it'll rest it on the ground for you. So I'm just blocking out my basic shape here. Right? And so the other thing is, this is made up by 2 disks. Right? So what we'll do is we'll zoom out a little bit, go to disk, and we'll, holding down the control key, that does is it constrains everything. And so we'll just leave that at that. And then the other thing we're going to do is I'm going to select it, copy it, paste, hit R for rotate, and this is going to be my side. I'm going to hide that by using the minus key, and I'm going to make a spline. So I'm just going to go and grab these points, Control P, makes a spline, cut that out, go to my third layer, just paste it in, go back to 2, hide this one. Let me move that and put that. So we want to go in this direction here. So we'll just go here, Control P, cut that spline out, bring it over here. So now we've got to join these two splines together. So we'll grab those two right there, Control W to weld. We still have two splines that welded together, but now we have to close that. Shift Z. And that's how we've created our spline. So we want to have an approximation for, how wide that is. Actually, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take this depth, right? We're going to want to take this measurement right here. So that's 25. So divided by 12 would be 24, which would be 2 feet, right? So what we'll do is we'll go over here and we'll make a box that is 2 feet. Hit N, 2 feet wide. Okay, let me turn on surface normal. And where's my spline? Hit F, because I want my spline to start here. And bring this over here. And we'll just do this. We'll do it from the top view instead. Yeah. So we want the surface normal to kind of line up with the spline. And let's Control R for rail extrude. And I'm not going to use a line to start. I'm just going to do orientated. And I'm going to do uniform lengths to 20. And that gave us a pretty nice, but I think, if we look at this, that doesn't really do it justice. It looks like this could be taller. So let's undo that. Undo. And let's bring this down to, let's see, like something like this. Okay. And let's do that. Control R. That feels a little bit, and that may be too much actually, so let's split the difference. Control Z. Control R. And that right there feels pretty doggone good. And so I'm going to highlight those. Use the stretch tool H. Alright. And then I think what I'll do is I will just grab that. E for extrude, T for move, bring that down. V for set value on the y-axis 0. And that's done. And I'll set value on this to be x0. Delete that polygon. Shift V for mirrored across the x-axis. And there we go. And so then the other thing we've got to do is we probably want to build a little bit of this geometry. This has a lot of cuts in it. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 4 cuts, maybe 3 cuts. I really don't want that many for this type of, because I'm not going for 100% complete accuracy. So let me just grab that, and I'll go to our Bandsaw Pro tool, hit N, and I've already got it set up to kind of the way I wanted it to be. This is going to be 75. This is going to be, if we go to here, this is 25. So that's good. So commit to that. Zoom in a little bit on this. Grab these again. And let's push these inward. So multiply, and then multi-shift, and we'll push this inward a little bit. And I really do like that.